I'm going to show you how to make this pot holder, and this is just the decorative side. The 100% cotton side is here, and this is where you're going to set any hot items. And then if you wanted to do just cooler items or decorative for party or whatever, you can use the other side of this pot holder. Or if you just want to hang it up with this side showing, and then this is the actual side that you would use. For this project, I'm using my N hook or 9mm crochet hook. And you're also going to need a tapestry needle as well as a pair of scissors. And the yarn that I used, look at all this. Look how many of these. I barely touched this thing. But this is the 100% cotton yarn. And this is by Sugar and Cream. And these are just the, it's a medium 4. It's 100% cotton. And this one I got was a 14 ounce, 400 gram. But yeah, I should be able to make tons of them with this. And then also I used a white yarn similar to the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo. And here's the information on the Red Heart yarn. And for the 4-leaf clover, you can use any type of green yarn that you want, but I'm using the Caron Simply Soft yarn, and this is dark sage. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is a magic circle, and I'm using my 100% cotton yarn first. And you're just going to drape it across your 4 fingers, and you stabilize it with your thumb, and then you're going to wrap it around your 2 middle fingers twice, and then hold it in place with your pinky and your thumb. And then you're just going to take your crochet hook and go under those 2 loops around the middle finger. You're going to bring up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down and go through that loop for your slip knot. And then you're going to do 6 single crochet into the magic circle. So you're going to go into the magic circle, you're going to bring up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through both loops for 1 single crochet. Two, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're just going to take your forefinger and your thumb, and you're just going to hold the base of those 6 single crochet, and then you're going to see the 2 loops on the other side of the magic circle. You're going to pull on one of them to close. If it doesn't close, then you're going to let go and pull on the other loop, but this one's closing. So you're going to loosely close your magic circle, because we can always close it more later. And then just take the loose yarn end and pull on that to finish closing your magic circle. And now you're going to do 2 single crochet into every stitch around your magic circle. So sometimes that first stitch is tough to get into, but you're going to get into both loops of that first stitch. You're going to bring up a loop, and then you're going to do 2 single crochet into that first stitch. You're going to yarn over and go through both loops for a single crochet. Going to go back in that same stitch and do another single crochet. So I have 2 single crochet in the same stitch. You're going to go ahead and do 2 single crochet into every stitch all the way around, back to the beginning for a total of 12 single crochet, and then come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so your work should look like this. Go ahead and turn your work over, and you're going to pull on that loose yarn end to finish closing up your magic circle. You can see that closed it up nicely. And then you're going to get a yarn marker, because we're going to start our increase rounds. I just cut a little piece of my dark sage colored yarn so you can see it easier. But use any scrap of yarn and just put it right where you left off. And now we're going to do our increase rounds. So in the next stitch, the first stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet into both loops. So bring up a loop, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through both for a single crochet. And then in the second stitch, you're going to do 2 single crochets into the same stitch. 1, go back in the same stitch and do another single crochet. So you have 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker, and then come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, go ahead and move your yarn marker up to where you left off. And we're going to do another increase round. So now we're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch and 1 single crochet into the second stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the third stitch, 1, 2. And then go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker, and then come back and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so go ahead and take the yarn marker and move it up to where you left off, and we're going to do another increase round. So now in the next stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet, second stitch, 1 single crochet, third stitch, 1 single crochet, and then in the fourth stitch, you're going to do 2 single crochet into the same stitch. 1, 2. So go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. Okay, so if you notice that your work is poofing up a little, just kind of flatten it down. It'll flat down nicely. And then just take your yarn marker and move it up for another increase round. So in the first stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet, second stitch, 1 single crochet, third stitch, 1, fourth stitch, 1 single crochet, and then in the fifth stitch you're going to do 2 single crochets into the same stitch, and you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. Okay, so go ahead and take your yarn marker and move it up for another increase round, and now we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the second stitch, 1 single crochet into the third, 1 single crochet into the fourth, and 1 single crochet into the fifth stitch, and then 2 single crochet into the sixth stitch. 1 and 2. So go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. Okay, so your work should be looking like this. And we're going to go ahead and take the yarn marker and move it up to where we left off. And now you're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third, 1 single crochet in the fourth, 1 single crochet in the fifth, and 1 single crochet in the sixth stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the seventh stitch. 1 and 2. And then go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. Okay, so we have 2 more increase rounds to do. So we're going to take our yarn marker and move it up to where we left off. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 1 single crochet into the second stitch, 1 single crochet into the third stitch, 1 single crochet into the fourth, 1 single crochet into the fifth, 1 single crochet into the sixth, and 1 single crochet into the seventh, and then 2 single crochets into the eighth stitch. 1, 2. And then go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. Okay, so now we're going to do our last increase round. Go ahead and take your yarn marker and move it up. And now in the first stitch, you're going to do 1 single crochet. Second stitch, 1 single crochet. Third stitch, 1 single crochet. Fourth stitch, 1 single crochet. Fifth stitch, 1. Sixth stitch, 1 single crochet. Seventh stitch, 1 single crochet. Eighth stitch, 1 single crochet. And the ninth stitch, you're going to do 2 single crochet into the same stitch. And then you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around back to the yarn marker. Okay, so this is how your work should look, and it should be laying flat, nice and flat. And now we're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. So you're going to take your hook and go into the next stitch, and you're going to yarn over, and you're going to bring that yarn through both loops on your hook for a slip stitch. And then you're going to finish off, you're going to yarn over, and then just bring enough yarn to bury into your work. So now you're going to go ahead and make another one of these, and you're going to use your white yarn and make it exactly the same, and then come back. Okay, so you should have two completed, the 100% cotton and then your other white colored side. Now we're going to create the 4-leaf clover before we sew our two halves together. Okay, so now you're going to get your green colored yarn, and I'm using my dark sage colored, and we're going to do a magic circle. So you're going to drape the yarn across your 4 fingers and use your thumb to stabilize, and then just wrap it around your 2 middle fingers twice, and then hold it in place with your pinky and your thumb. And I'm still using my N or 9mm crochet hook. Just go under those 2 loops around your middle fingers, and then you're going to bring up a loop, and then yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through that loop for a slip knot. And now you're going to go into the magic circle. You're going to bring up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through both those loops for your first chain. And we're going to do 3 more chains, and I'm kind of holding with my middle finger and thumb to stabilize right at the base of that first chain I made. And then I'm going to yarn over and go through that loop for 2, 3, and 4. So that's going to count as your first treble crochet. So you can put your 2 middle fingers back into the circle if you like to help stabilize. And then I just kind of stabilize with my thumb, because you're going to yarn over twice. 1, 2. We're going to go into the magic circle. You're going to bring up a loop. And now you have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over. You're going to go through 2. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and then go through 2. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through 2. And then you just completed 2 treble crochet. And we're going to do 5 treble crochet into the magic circle. So I'm going to yarn over twice. I'm going to go into the magic circle. I'm going to bring up a loop. I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and go through 2. Yarn over and go through 2. And then yarn over and go through 2. And then I'm going to yarn over twice. Go into the magic circle. I'm going to bring up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. I'm going to yarn over and go through 2. And then yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. So far I have 4 treble crochets. I'm going to do 1 more. So I'm going to yarn over twice, go into the magic circle, bring up a loop, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. So then you have 5 treble crochet completed. Now we're going to do 4 double crochet into the magic circle. So you're going to yarn over, going to go into the magic circle, bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. And then yarn over, go into the magic circle, bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. So I'm going to do 2 more double crochet into the magic circle. 1, and 2. So now I'm going to chain 2. 1, 2. And now I'm going to do 4 more double crochet into the magic circle. Yarn over, go into the magic circle, bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, yarn over and go through 2. So I'm going to do 3 more double crochet into the magic circle. 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm going to do 5 treble crochet, and you can move your stitches around if you need to. And now I'm going to do 5 more treble crochet into the magic circle. So I'm going to yarn over twice, go into the magic circle, bring up a loop, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. So I'm going to do 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I believe that was it. Let me double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 5 treble crochet. And now you're just going to take your forefinger and your thumb, and you're going to hold at the base of all those stitches that you created. And you have those 2 loops on the opposite side of the magic circle. You're going to pull on one. If it doesn't pull, then you let go and pull on the other one until it closes. And then take your loose yarn in and pull on that to close the circle. And you can see how it makes a really pretty heart. And now you're going to go into the base of the heart. So you're going to go right into the stitch, that first stitch at the bottom. Sometimes it's a little difficult getting in there. But you want to go into that base stitch, and you want to bring up, you want to do a slip stitch. So you're going to yarn over, and you're going to bring the yarn through both loops on your hook, and then you're going to finish off. So then you're going to yarn over and then bring enough yarn through to sew your heart onto the project. So you have your first one done. You need to make 3 more of these and then come back, and then I'll show you how to make the stem. Okay, so you should have finished 4 hearts for the clover. So now I'm just going to show you how to do the stem. So just take your green yarn, and we're going to do a slip knot. So you're going to fold the yarn over on itself to form a loop, and just take your crochet hook and put it through the loop, and then you're just going to hold it at the base with your middle finger and thumb, and then you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through that loop for a slip knot. And now you're going to chain 10. So you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and go through that loop for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to finish off. You're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, go through that loop, and bring enough yarn to sew the stem onto the project. And then just cut the end. Okay, so now go ahead and get your white side of the pot holder, and the center with the yarn, the loose yarn end that's hanging out, that's the wrong side. So you're going to turn it over to the right side. And then I'm just going to put the yarn, loose yarn end towards the bottom, and then the straight edge on the top there. And then you're just going to design how you would like your 4-leaf clover. So you can place your stem on there and then see where you would like to have the 4 hearts for the clover. And then once you find how you would like everything to lay. And then also you're going to want to have a little bit of white showing between the stem and the 4-leaf clover. So I'm going to go ahead and arrange mine, and then I'll come back and show you how I have mine arranged. Okay, so I've sewn in all of my hearts, and you can see how I sewed in the hearts, and I'll show it to you a little bit closer. But first I'm going to show you how to do the stem. So I have my tapestry needle, and I've kind of arranged my stem how I want it. And then on the end, with my tapestry needle, I'm going to go into the last stitch. And then I'm going to go in and out of the stitches with my tapestry needle. Oh, make sure you don't bring through your loose yarn end. Pull that back through. And so you're just going to go right down the center of each of the stitches on the stem, in and out. And you want to have a little bit of white showing on either side of the stem. So just make sure that you position it that way. And then you want a little bit of a curve too on the stem. And then I'm going to start going back up because I want to attach each of the hearts to the stem. So what I'm going to do is when I get back up towards the top, I'm going to come up through the bottom of one of the hearts, and then I'm going to lay the yarn over to the left, and then I'm going to go into the bottom of the heart and then come up through the stem and between the loop I created with the yarn to form an embroidery stitch. So now I'm going to go down, but when I go down, I don't want to go inside the loop I created. I want to go outside the loop and then go down. And that attaches the side of the clover. Okay, so I'm going to show you each one again. So I'm going to go into the bottom of the heart with my tapestry needle, and then I'm going to hold the yarn off to the left. Let me bring a little bit more through. And then I'm going to go, actually, my yarn is getting a little short, so I'm going to go back down into the back. And then I'm going to tie a knot onto the back. And I'll just use the center loose yarn end. And then I'm going to get some more green yarn and then come back, and then I'll show you how to attach the rest. Okay, so I have some more green yarn and my tapestry needle. Now I'm going to come up through the bottom of the potholder into the bottom of a heart, and then just bring enough to leave enough yarn in the back for tying a knot, and then you're going to hold the yarn off to the left, and then you're going to take your tapestry needle and you're going to go down through the bottom of the heart, and then you're just going to come up through the stem. But you're also creating a loop with your yarn. So you're going to come through the loop and see how the loop closes into an embroidery stitch. And then on the outer part of the loop, you don't want to go inside the loop, you want to go outside the loop, down back into the stem with your tapestry needle. And you can see how it connected the clover leaf to the stem. So now we're going to come up through the next heart. Going to hold the yarn off to the side with your thumb, and then you're going to take your tapestry needle, you're going to go through the bottom of the heart, and then you're going to come up through the stem in the center of the loop, pull your tapestry needle so that the loop closes down to form an embroidery stitch. And then you're going to go down into the stem, but on the outside part of the loop, down into the center of the stem, because if you go inside the loop, your embroidery stitch is just going to come out. And you have to redo it. And now the last one. And then just see how your work looks. And here, I think I'm going to do another one on this one, just to close this one up a little bit better. So I'm just going to just do a straight stitch down the center. And I'm going to do another one here, just right down the center. And then you have your 4-leaf clover, and then you can tie a knot on the back. Okay, I'm just going to show you the finished positioning of my 4-leaf clover, so you can just see how I positioned everything on mine. And then here's the other one that I positioned, so you can see the two ways. So now I'm going to show you how to put the two pieces together. So here on the 100% cotton one, on the inside you can see the loose yarn end. We want to bury this a little bit so it doesn't come undone. So you're going to take your tapestry needle, and then you're just going to take and bury the loose yarn end with your tapestry needle. And you just want to go different directions, just making sure that you weave that loose yarn end through. And then you can go ahead and cut it and just leave a little bit. You leave a little bit loose end because this is going to be the wrong side. So you're going to turn that over. You have the right side. And then you're going to take, this is of course the right side, turn it over, and you can see, just make sure that you have all your yarn ends kind of small and in the center, because we're going to bury those. You're just going to lay the right side and put the two wrong sides together. And then you want to line up the edges as best as you can. And then we're going to start at one of the edges. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this loose yarn end with my tapestry needle, and I'm just going to weave it in towards the wrong side, and then just bury it into the work on the wrong side. And then I'm just going to cut it a little bit shorter so it doesn't have too long of a yarn end. And then you're just going to take one of the corners. You're going to take your crochet hook. That's sticking to there. And you're going to put your crochet hook through the corner stitch of both pieces of work. So here I have both stitches, and you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4 loops. And you're going to take your 100% cotton yarn, and you're going to loop it with your hook, and you're going to bring it through both stitches. And then you just want to leave enough yarn to tie a knot. And then you're going to take your yarn, and you're going to do just a single crochet. So you're going to yarn over, turn the hook upside down, and then just go through for 1. And then you're going to take and just tie a knot. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do our first double crochet, and how we're going to do that is we're going to chain 3. So you're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to count as your first double crochet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to be alternating stitches. We're going to be doing a double crochet into the white stitch, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the 100% cotton stitch. So we're going to yarn over. You're going to go into the first stitch on the white potholder side. You're going to bring up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. Then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to come back to the 100% cotton potholder under both loops of the next stitch on that one. You're going to bring up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. And then you can see how the double crochets are going to cross over on each other and hold the 2 potholders together. So now you're going to yarn over. You're going to go into the next stitch on the white potholder through both loops. You're going to bring up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. So I'm going to do a couple more with you so you can see how I'm doing it. So I'm going to yarn over, and now I'm going into the next stitch on the 100% cotton potholder side. And I'm going to bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. I'm going to yarn over and then go into the next stitch on the white potholder side. I'm going to bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. So I'm going to do a couple more with you, and then I'll let you finish going all the way around back to where we started. So I'm going to yarn over, and now I'm going into the stitch, next stitch on the 100% cotton potholder side. I'm bringing up a loop, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. And I'm yarning over and I'm going into the next stitch on the white potholder side. I'm going to bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. So I'm going to do one more with you, yarn over. Now we're going to go into the next stitch on the 100% cotton potholder side. Bring up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and go through 2, and then yarn over and go through 2. So you can see how the work looks. And it's just holding the 2 sides together. So go ahead and finish doing that all the way around your potholder back to the beginning, and then come back and I'll show you. Okay, so now I'm back at the beginning. So I'm just going to do a slip stitch into the top stitch of that first double crochet that I did. And then I'm just going to yarn over and bring the yarn through both loops on the hook. And then you're going to finish off. You're going to yarn over and just bring enough yarn to bury into your work. And then you have the back of your potholder. This is the hot side for the 100% cotton. And then when you flip it over, you have your decorative side. Really pretty clover leaf. So what I want to have you do is just bury your loose yarn ends with your tapestry needle and then come back. Okay, and now you have your finished product. So you have your beautiful design on one side, and then you have your hot pad on the other.